Hey guys, it's Heather. I'm gonna get started. Today's Wednesday. I have 2 days left before the HOA arrives to assess what can be done, if anything, for my little side garden. I've got a lot of work to do today, so I thought I'd take you along and make a few videos here and there. Um, it's just a long list, and I better get started. First item on the list today is to collect any holy basil that has self-seeded and just cut the nice looking leaves so that I can dry them for later use. Okay, this is probably more than I really want to deal with today, but I will take some cuttings from the newer looking leaves. And Jeffrey wanted to help. He's my little helper in the garden. Now, 99.9% of my holy basil is self-seeded. I did grow one plant this year that I started indoors early. No need to grow your own each year. It will self-seed itself abundantly. I'm going to go ahead and harvest the remaining eggplant, which is pumpkin on a stick. Thought it would be cute out here for Halloween, but it is technically a vegetable, so I'm going to put them in the house to dry with the others I have cut already. As you can see, these pumpkin on a stick plants get these really sharp thorns, and that is what makes them a great plant to have out front, and the deer will not eat them. So I'm going to trim these up, all the leaves. Maybe I'll leave the thorns, I don't know, I shouldn't probably, but I would leave the little eggplants. They will dry indoors and look like a gorgeous little pumpkin on a stick. And there's Tonto. If you have any that went to the point of not preserving, like these two, just save the seeds. Look at all the seeds in there. These are so fun to grow. Okay, so I've got 3 bags of holy basil drying there on the right in front of the canner. And then the sticks I just cut are on the right as well. But the ones over on the far left, I cut about a month ago, and they're nice and dry at this point. All right, took a while, but I found my rake, and I kind of use the woods here behind the fence as my compost area. So what I'm gonna do, this is kind of like my main compost area from the summer, where I just kind of feed the deer and kind of compost at the same time. I'm gonna like separate this with the rake and dig up any of the really gorgeous, I guess it's like leaf compost. It's really rich. I've done it many times. I know the neighbors probably think I'm crazy to dig up dirt out of the woods from under the leaves, but it's really rich. It's I guess like black gold. It's gorgeous. So that's what I'm going to do. I make a trench, and I'm going to bury a bunch of the garden plants that I cut down today. So here we go. Okay, so I filled up a cart full, and there is some sand and clay in there as well because some of my plants may need that. But you can see kind of dug like a shallow little plant grave area, and I've got 2 bins here that I filled up in the last week. I'm gonna dump them, stomp them, and once I fill up the area, I will have my husband blow some leaves from our very leafy yard. And let me tell you, trying to find poop when the leaves are like this is nearly impossible. And that is another job I will do today. I need to pooper scooper the yard for Mr. Tonto. But I will not be filming that because it's a pretty gross job, right, Tonto? So I was carrying the empty bins back to the front so I could get busy cutting stuff down, but then I got sidetracked because I took these cuttings of this okami cherry the other day, and I was just checking to see if I had any changes, and look, I do. I have some growth. I had them soaking in rainwater, so that's a good sign. So at this point, I'm going to take off, I think I'll take off the foliage and trim down the top branches here and make them more like a overwintered type plant that you would bring in, like we do with peppers. And that's encouraging. So I just need to keep those roots growing. Okay, I think I'm going to start here. I'm going to go ahead and pick all of the remaining beans, and there's some on this trellis too. They're mixed in with the cups and saucer. I did take all of the beans off of this trellis, so that just leaves that little section, which there's not much left there, and the trellis and the walkway here, and any that are growing on that cattle panel arch. And then there is those beans right there. I just made a short about those beans yesterday, but I haven't posted it. Ideal Market, and I called them Provider beans the other day. They're not. They're Ideal Market. Provider is my favorite bush bean. So far, my favorite pole bean is this one, the Ideal Market. So all of the beans are leaving. They will be gone. Hey, there's Jeffrey and Tonto trying to interact slightly. Looks like Jeffrey wants to get away and Tonto wants to play. I'm trying to be super careful untangling these beans because this is actually growing, and I didn't know that it would. It took forever to germinate, and then it finally took off. At first I thought it was a cucamelon vine, but it's not. I actually put these guys here. These are dragon snaps, a dragon snap vine, and I'll double check and make sure I'm saying that right. It's my first year to grow these. It's just a pretty vine that has flowers that look like snapdragons, and it's not supposed to be perennial. I think there's one over here to put on. Yeah, there we go. So I haven't had any flowers. It's not supposed to be perennial here, but I can actually overwinter or have plants that do act perennial here, like pineapple sage, Mexican mint, several other things. Even though I'm zone 7, they come back. So just a cute little vine. I'd love to see the flowers next year. Fingers crossed. I just pulled this rogue cucumber vine off, and I found these little guys. So I'm gonna actually, it's broken, so I'm gonna eat it. It's good. Not bitter. Very good. Nice little bonus snack. That took a lot longer than I anticipated, but look at how clear everything looks now. Even this little trellis, no beans. It's just cups and saucer now. And look, this is a big bowl too. A big old bowl of beans that I wasn't anticipating, and I found a silver slicer that I can save the seeds from. Hey guys, well, aside from a few little breaks I took to go in and check and see if my daughter needed help or to make her a quick lunch, I have been going non-stop for 5 hours. And I'm not going to be able to take all of these plants down tonight. It'll be dark soon in like an hour. It is going down to 33, which is better than the 32 that was anticipated. But I am going to go ahead. I've got this. I'm going to quickly run through, grab all the green tomatoes I can find, all the peppers, and that one zucchini fruit that I've been waiting on. So it's going to be really quick. Here we go. All of those from 3 Summer Sunset. Nope. Look at all of those. That's just from 3 Tropical Sunset plants that had some fruit growing. Great plant. It produced the earliest for me, and it's obviously still producing. And that is the remaining fruit from the berries, crazy cherry, and the red pearl. And I know I said I was going to leave the plants, but it was just easier just to kind of take them out as I was, picking the fruit. It was just quicker. Okay, so now to take out these 4 big tomatoes. But I've decided I am leaving this one because it has some nice fruit on it. And it has lots of blossoms. And yeah, they might fall off with the cold weather, but we're going to get some warm weather. So I would just want to do an experiment. But I am anxious to try these. They're Tasmanian chocolate. And then I'm going to leave this guy. I'm going to just see what happens. It's one of the dwarf tomato project tomato plants. And then I'm going to leave this pepper plant. And we'll just see what the HOA says when they see them. I think these guys might have some life left because we're not having a true frost. It's just getting down to 33, 34 degrees. So we will see. And this bed is cleared. The only plant that was still producing was the stupus. And I did get quite a few off of it, which I have a big old bag of these in the freezer. So it'll be nice to add when they ripen. Hey guys, it's officially dark. It's probably about 7:30. I'm done for the day. My family keeps texting, where's dinner? I had planned to bake some salmon and the sweet potatoes I harvested the other day and all the green beans I picked today. That was going to be dinner, but now dinner will probably be hodgepodge leftovers and or maybe something from the freezer. But I'm cleaning up and bringing in my harvest, and then I realize I forgot to pick all the habanadas. So I don't really like them that much anyway. But if I get some time after I throw together some dinner, I'm going to run out here and pick those too. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.